What's up, guys? So partially because a good friend of mine was recently involved in a pretty horrible motorcycle accident, something that's been on my mind lately is visibility on a road. In my friend's case, she was riding later at night in a very familiar area. Long story short, she was hit by what appears to be a drunk driver, and she was pretty severely injured. We're all worried about her. We're all hoping the best for her. But yeah, something that should always be on our minds as riders, though as much as it's not always going to help, is making sure that we're visible out there on the road. There's a lot of things you can do to keep yourself visible. There's both visually and audibly, I guess. One of the most popular things that most people will say, most riders will say, is loud pipes save lives. Not untrue, because a lot of the sport bikes especially, and cruisers, are known for having loud pipes, and you can hear them coming, you can hear them going. They're usually going to be more noticeable on the highway as well. In my case here with the V-Strom, I've got the stock pipes on it, and I plan on keeping them for at least the time being, because of where I ride, I don't want to disturb other people. But that said, it's definitely worth making the effort to make sure that you do get noticed out there on the road, whether it's using a loud pipe or making yourself visible in some manner. In my case, as you can probably see, I have the high-vis gear, at least my jacket anyways, and yeah, it's totally mismatched with my gloves and everything else, but whatever, it gets the job done, right? So I've got the high-vis yellow jacket. Some riders go all out and get the high-vis gloves, high-vis pants and all that, but I really don't want to spend the money on that, not at the moment at least. I've already got perfectly good riding gear, so why buy more, right? Other things that are very popular, rim tape, reflective rim tape specifically. There's some rim tapes you can get that are actually black, and they'll reflect light in a different color. So if you have black rims and you don't really want to have them always visible, that's definitely a good option. Reflective tape in general, a lot of riders will actually put reflective tape on various parts of the bike, on the fairings, on the swing arm, the bar ends, pretty much anywhere really. I mean, if there's somewhere where you can put it, by all means make the bike visible. I've got some going along my GV bags here, and I've got some also on the back of the bike, just over top of my, just under the tail. A lot of gear, most riding gear does have some sort of reflective striping on it, so like my old jacket, my gloves, my riding pants, they all have reflective material in them, which does help. I don't know, I mean, most of the stuff is probably pretty common knowledge amongst most of you guys. Most of you guys have been riding for a while, but anybody new to it, they might be looking for ideas on this, and I hope it helps. Something else that's also obviously popular is changing the stock headlights either with HIDs or xenon bulbs, which is what I opted for. I've had problems with HIDs in the past, so I put some pretty bright white xenon bulbs in mine, and it definitely made a difference. Everybody tells me how much brighter my headlights are and how much more visible I am. Some people actually find it annoying, maybe because the V-Strom's got a higher headlight position. But you know what, if it's annoying people, it means you're visible. As long as you're not blinding them, because then you're kind of defeating the purpose. They know you're there, but they can't see anything else on the road. That doesn't really help anybody. Which is also another reason why I've kind of opted away from the HIDs, because most bikes, unless you retrofit them, the HIDs are just going to flood the entire area with light, rather than being concentrated with projectors, which is what most of the retrofit kits will do. What else? I don't know. I've seen bikes that had auxiliary lights installed on them. A really nice BMW that I ran across the other day had, I think he actually disabled his internal headlights, and he had some really super bright exterior, I'm assuming LED lamps that were running. That guy would probably be visible from blocks away with how bright those lights were. Something else too is not even just like lighting and reflective tape and that, moving around more on the road. Something a few people will do. You'll see riders occasionally kind of swerve back and forth on the road like that, but usually a bit more so. Some riders are doing it because they think it helps to warm up their tires. I don't personally believe it really makes a difference. Or to clean off their tires if they've just ridden through some dirt or something, which, okay, that's possible. But it also makes you a little bit more visible to people ahead of you, to people that are heading toward you. Most people, when they're looking straight down the road, they're looking at the road really, not so much the traffic. And sometimes our bikes, being smaller than a car, almost get camouflaged in with that, despite the headlights. So if you can move around, it might wake up a sleepy driver and warn them that, hey, you're there. So that's just a few ideas. There's plenty of other ways to make yourself visible on the road. Any suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And hopefully that'll help everybody avoid a Smidsy situation. If you don't know what Smidsy is, look it up online. Pretty much it means, sorry man, sorry mate, I didn't see you. You know what? Don't give them any reasons not to see you. Make sure you're visible out there. It just might save your life. Or somebody else's. That's it for now, guys. Tech Ninja out.